Hey guys, welcome back to fourth video in this tutorial series Introduction to Docker. This is Jainish Shah. Today in this video we are going to talk about how to build your first Docker image. So we will containerize a node application, and to do that we will first write a Docker file. Then we will build a Docker image using that Docker file. Eventually we will once the Docker image is built, we will test it locally, which will become a container. So we'll walk through this today. Let's get started. Now, in my case, I already have a simple Node JS application created. I'm just going to reuse that. Now, there are some prerequisites, like you will need to have Node client installed. If you don't have Node installed in your machine, you can just go to nodejs.org and download Node client for yourself. It's very easy to install. So in my case, I already have Node installed. I will just clone this repository. We'll say git clone and go to the node directory. And in my case, I'm going to use IDEA IntelliJ as a ID. You can use whatever ID you want to use. Uh, I think Microsoft Code is one of the most famous. You can use Eclipse and VS Code as well, whatever you are comfortable with. Now, so this is the structure of my Node application. This is the main file of Node application. Now I'm using Express.js as a framework to create the simple REST API based application. What my application does is very simple. It reads the package version from package.json file, or and it displays it along with the just one logo, right? And in my case, the package version, the current package version is 2.2.13. So now let's get started. Let's just first run this application in our local machine. Now to do that, first we'll need to fetch all the dependency for node, which are specified here. So running npm install command, it will fetch all the dependency. It is done. Now let's run npm start, which is a script I have registered to start this node application. When we do that, my application is running, and it by default runs on port 3000. So let's just go and in the Chrome and try to access the application. You can see the application is running. It responded with the package version 2.2.13 as I mentioned. So application is running. That's great. Now let's containerize this. So we will create a Docker file. Now let's go through the element of Docker file. So first thing is from. Now, from is used to define your base image. Base image is like on top of which you want to build your application. You want to package your application. So in my case, I'm using the Node version 6 of no official Node image. Now, if you want to learn how many official images are there, you can go to hub.docker.com, which is a public Docker registry, right? And when you go there, it's free. You can create your account. I'm already logged in using my account. And once you go and click on explore, you will see all the different base image available out there, which are official, so which are published by creator of those applications. So for example, Oracle Database Enterprise Edition, Oracle Java, MySQL, Couchbase, Postgres, Ubuntu, Redis, Mongo, Nginx, Node. Now in our case, we are using official image of Node, and these are the available tags, but we are using version 6 in our case to build the application. And then I'm using that run label, which will on top of this node image, which will create a directory called application inside this path. Then I'm specifying that directory as my work directory. And then I'm copying all the source of my node package application inside that directory. And then I'm running npm install. The reason I'm running npm install because it's a fresh container, and as I have moved my code inside or package my code inside that container, I need to fetch the dependency as well. And it will fetch the dependency according to our node version 6. And then this expose is to specify what port you want to expose, so that when you make it available from outside, you can access your application running inside that container. Now the cmd command is the entry point, or you can say the startup script for that container. So it will run npm start, which is my script to run the package inside the Docker container. Now let's build the Docker image. So we will run the Docker build image, Docker image build command. We'll specify the tag, which will be our user Docker Hub username, followed by the image name and version. So I'm just going to use latest as the version. Um, and you can also use, instead of latest, you can also specify the specific version, which can be 2 or 2.2. And the last dot is a reference to the current directory, because my current file is located in a current directory. But if you have a Docker file located in different directory, you can use -f flag to specify the location of your Docker file. So let's build the Docker image. Now, if you are running this command for the first time, you might see that it will pull the node image version 6 from Docker Hub first, before before starting to build the Docker image. And you can see it has downloaded all the dependencies, and the Docker image is ready. Now let's taste our Docker image. So to do that, we will just run this Docker image with -d command, so that it can run in the background. Then we will use -p flag to expose port 3000 uh, of Docker container to our host. So this is for mapping. And now the first port 3000 stands to port of the host machine, and then followed by colon is the port of a container. And then I will specify the name of the image along with the version, which will be this, right? And you will see the container ID is created and container is running. We can check that using the docker ps command. If you want to see the docker log of that container, we can do docker logs -f, which is a flag, or which is to tail the log in continuous mode. So our application is running. Let's try to access the application. And if I go on browser and try to access port 3000, yeah, you will see the application is running. Right, let's do this. Let's run one more container of the same application, but this time we will run it on a different port. So our previous application is still running, and on port 3001 of my host, now I am exposing another container. So you will see container is created, two containers are running, one is bound to port 3001. So let's go and try to access the application via port 3001, and you see that application is running on port 3001 as well. So let's kill both the application. Uh, you can do docker stop to stop the container. Right, I will stop both the container, and then I will remove the containers using docker rm command. You can specify both container ID at the same time, and both containers are removed. So if I do docker ps now, nothing is running. So that's it for this video. In next video, we will learn how to push this created Docker image to Docker Hub. Uh, so with that, thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this video. If you have any question, please comment. I will try to answer your question. Once again, thanks for watching.